I'm Mark, Kilo Delta 7, Delta Tango Sierra, and I love to combine soda with backpacking and also with volunteering as a ranger. I've had some questions about what do I carry so that I can be prepared on the trail, and so I thought the easiest way to show that is to just unpack my backpack when I get to camp and show you what's in it. So let's dive in. Now, this video is not going to be a replacement for actual training. This is a dive into what I do. Let's get started. First things, on the outside of the pack, I've got my side pockets. Most important thing when I'm hiking is to stay hydrated. So I'll take some water with me. I usually use a bicycle squeeze bottle because that's really easy to access when I'm hiking, so I'm likely to use it. And then I also like being able to just snag water from streams as I walk by. So for that, I use this Catadine Be-Free. They're relatively affordable, and they usually last me a couple years. They're also extremely fast, and they weigh almost nothing. That's the outside of the pack. When I'm doing either ham radio or on ranger duty, I always need to have a radio handy. So this is my radio. This is a Yaesu FT5DR. Works great. Let's see, and then I got a couple minor things in the side pockets. Things for safety. It's important not to get sunburned, so sunscreen, chapstick, and then I also like to make sure I don't run out of electrolytes. For that, I've got Noon tablets. These things have rescued me on a couple occasions when I started to get low on salt. And it will inevitably get dark when you're camping, and so I carry a Spot. This is a Black Diamond product. What's nice about this is it's USB micro rechargeable. And so I just carry a battery, and then I can charge this every night, so I'm never low on illumination. Protection from the sun, also very important. Up top, I've got my sunglasses, although I'm wearing them right now. Sunscreen, reapply every couple hours. And you can never have too many antennas, so I'll usually carry at least one spare antenna. That's a 5/8 whip. My watch is a, what is this thing? I don't even remember, but it has a compass on it. So I've got one compass on my watch, and then I've got a second compass on my pack straps. So that gives me redundancy. I have maps on my phone, but I also always carry paper maps because you never know if that phone is going to malfunction. And paper maps are also a lot nicer when I'm giving directions to people. All right, going over to the front of the pack, I have a Spot. This will let me send out a signal if I get in trouble. Hopefully I never have to use it, but I like the peace of mind, and my family appreciates knowing where I am. I always like to stay fed, so typically I'll have some trail mix and a couple miscellaneous snack bars stuffed into the front of my pack. That's the front, and then I got this big stuff sack. I pick up trash on the trail, so I keep a easily accessible trash bag for that. And then I have a backup sun hat. You never know when you might need a little bit of extra sun protection. And on the off chance my battery starts to run low, I've got a little 10-watt flexible solar panel. I also do trail work, so if I come across a small limb or something that's hanging over the trail when I'm out on ranger duty, I carry gloves and a small saw. This is a Silky Gomboy 210. This thing is phenomenal. It cuts through wood like butter, and so I can take off those little limbs as I go and clean up the trail for all of the hikers who are going to come in later that weekend. And I think that's it for the front of the pack. Let's go inside. Let's see. All right, I'm really pretty big on staying fed. So tortillas, they're crush-proof and cheap. They go really well with all of the pre-cooked meals. I've got my electronics bag. It's transparent, so it makes it really easy to figure out what I've got in here. Today, I'm packing spare batteries for my action camera, which is a DJI Action 4. I've got a spare battery for my Yaesu FT5DR handheld. I've also got a 5-volt converter that allows me to charge that Yaesu off of a standard USB battery. And then on the other side, I've got a K6ARK in-fed half-wave, a couple different charging cables to let me plug all of my electronics into the same battery, And I've got a spare battery for my QMX, which is a little USB-C rechargeable 9-volt battery. That's the electronics kit. The K6ARK antenna is ultimately going to get paired up with this little kit. This is my QMX. So this tiny box is actually a 5-band CW radio, and that includes the battery. So I'm really excited to get this thing up on top of San Gorgonio, see if I can actually make some contacts with it. All right, other stuff. It's good to be warm at night. The weather can change rapidly on a mountain, and it can also rain when you don't expect it. So I carry rain gear, and even when it's hot like today, it's 85 out, but I'm always carrying a down jacket because you never know. And it's way better to be prepared than to regret that you don't have one. Similarly, I've got a little hat to sleep in, keeps me warm at night. So those are the spare clothes. For the most part, I'll just sleep in what I'm wearing right now, and if I smell a little bit bad tomorrow, it's all right. The wind will blow it away. Nature will sometimes call, so this is my nature bag. I use the Deuce of Spades trowel and plenty of extra toilet paper and hand sanitizer. A lot of my stuff, you'll notice, is packed in gallon plastic bags. I find these things work really well. They're also cheap, and they weigh nothing. Let's see, to go with the bathroom supplies, sometime later tonight, I will probably want to brush my teeth. And so for that, I have a switchblade of a toothbrush. Works great. Always carry some spare cord. And you can never have too many spoons. I've had friends forget spoons, so I carry an extra spoon. And you might want to look presentable. So I've got some just basic hygiene supplies in there, along with spare batteries and meds. So that's my nighttime kit. It is not unusual to find somebody injured on the trail when I'm out either on my own or doing a ranger patrol. So for that, I carry a backpack first aid kit. The back of this thing shows what it's got in it. It's absolutely loaded, and it also has a small how-to guide so that if anybody's panicking, I can hand them the guide and they can read it while I take care of them. I've found that that's a really good technique to get people to calm down. All right, other supplies. Little 3.9 ounce fuel cylinder. That fuel cylinder pairs up with my minimalist cook set. This thing is great. It's both a pot and it's also a cup. And so once you're done heating up your water, you can just slip this foam around the outside, this neoprene sleeve, and it turns into your cup. Saves a lot of weight. And inside of there, I've got a stove. So this is a Soto Windmaster. It works even when the wind is absolutely nasty. So beautiful little stove there. That pops on top of my fuel. And then I got a pot. And then the Soto Windmaster does have a auto lighter, but just in case, I like to carry this little clip. It's a refillable butane lighter, and it works even in high winds. So that's bailed me out a couple times. All right, so what you're seeing is I've got stuff to cook, I've got stuff to drink, I've got stuff for safety and trail work and ham radio. You can never have too much food, so I carry a whole bunch of dehydrated meals. I always carry a minimum of 1 extra day's worth of food. And inside of here, I've got a whole bunch of packets of just different stuff. Cuban rice bowl, chicken pho. These are really good, they're nutritious. 2 serving works perfect for dinner, a 1 serving is great for lunch, and that cuts down on my weight. And then this is an earth sack. It is not quite as durable as a proper bear canister, but I've been using it for 7 years and I've never had anything get my food out of this bag. It's really a pretty remarkable piece of equipment. So even if there's no bears around, I use this to store my food. And then, most important part of the day is sleeping. So for that, I've got a big Agnes Fly Creek high volume UL1. It's a very lightweight 1-person tent. And then inside of there, I've got a sleep system that consists of an inflatable Nemo pad. And then that pad pairs up with a quilt from REI. So this is a very lightweight way to be comfortable all the way down to about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So I think did I leave anything else in there? Nope. I think that's about it. So that's my pack. Hopefully this was useful. It's not too much gear, but it does cover 3 separate hobbies. It covers being a ranger, it covers being a ham radio operator, and it also carries all of the video equipment that's making this video. So it's got lav mics, it's got a couple miniature tripods, 2 different cameras, and still all of this together stays under 37 pounds. It's not ultralight, but it's an easy carry, and it keeps me safe. So leave a comment. Let me know if you learned anything or if there's something you would like me to cover in the next video, and I'll catch you on the next one.